Okay, welcome back. So in this video, we're going to be looking at the second part of the CPD method, which is the P for prioritize. Okay, so we're we have an idea now, we have some clarity around what we're desiring to experience, to express, to create, and to contribute, right? Hopefully, you've gained some clarity from the last exercise. And so now what we want to do is we want to feel into which of those values, which of those desires and dreams feel like they have the most energy. Okay, because there's a season for things in our lives. Like we could come up with a very long list of things that we value or things that we desire or dreams that we have, right? And we're not going to feel like we have the time and the energy to do them all if we overwhelm ourselves with a long list. So I want you to go back to your list, and maybe it's already concise enough that you don't need to wean anything out. But I want you to sit for a moment and really just feel into, what are your top three values, your top three desires, and maybe one or two dreams that you would like to achieve this year. Okay. So I want you to go ahead and pause the video and um, write those top three things down. And I'll see you in a minute. Okay. Hopefully, you have narrowed down your list. And if you're having a hard time with that, I just want to reassure you that there's really no way to get this wrong. And even if we decide to focus on one area versus another, when we choose the area that has that's really calling to us, that has the most energy, and it might not be the one that you think it should be. Again, often our brains get in the way, our thoughts get in the way, and so we have this idea of what we should be doing, but our heart is telling us something different. So in that case, I really want to encourage you to go with what your heart is telling you and trust that that's going to end up rippling out and affecting the other areas that you're also wanting to prioritize or to bring in. So let me give you an example. So say that you have on your list of values, you have like slower pacing, so that you have a better quality of life. And then you also have on there compassion and empathy, and you're just feeling like, I don't know which one to focus on. Um, so, or maybe you're feeling like, well, I should focus on the empathy and compassion, but you're really feeling a calling to slow down. So when you choose that quality of slowness, like slow living, a slower pace, what's going to happen naturally is that you're going to have more space and time to feel and express empathy and compassion, because often what gets in our way when it comes to being empathetic is the fast-paced, hurried culture that we live in, that just has us worrying about what we're doing next, and so we're not really present, and we have to be really present to be empathetic and compassionate. So that's just an example. um, so you're going to write down those top three things, and that will complete this part of the process of prioritization. um, and then the next step is to get it on your calendar. Okay, so you have your list. I want you to think about, over the course of the year, of a whole year, like, where do you want to how do you want to spend your time, in terms of these values, these desires, and these dreams. You may want to you know, do it by 3-month increments. Like, okay, this first quarter, I want to focus on these things. And then in the spring, I want to focus on this. It could be that, it could be seasonal. Or it could be that you're weaving these into the very fabric of your daily life. Um, but you want to put this on your calendar both for long term, sort of broad perspective, and then, how does this look like over a single month? How am I going to fit in these dreams, these values, these desires? How am I going to incorporate them into my life this month, this week, and this day? So only you can decide how you're going to work that out. But I do want you to spend some time actually putting it into your calendar. That's how we, make it a priority and make sure that we're actually accountable to these values and desires. Okay, so I will see you in the next video.